Hi, it's Jon Mitchell, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So really three quick items today. So first off is a word of thanks. I'm sure everybody noticed it was really cold this weekend, and I just want to commend everybody for doing all the work they did to prepare for it, keeping their pets inside and just checking on their neighbors. There was a lot of that going on, which was great. I especially would like to thank the Homeless Service Providers Network, which includes city agencies as well as many of the nonprofits in the city, for their work in getting people off the street over the weekend. They were housed in two places, or were kept and provided shelter in two additional places this weekend, over at PACA on Cogswell Street and at the YMCA as well on the first night. And I just want to thank all the volunteers for bringing everybody in, and the police for facilitating that. We didn't want to have anybody out there on the street at all whatsoever under those circumstances. It was really dangerous. So many thanks for so many people for stepping up and helping those at an especially pressing point of need. Two other things that I wanted to talk about. The city's comprehensive plan, which historically has been referred to as a master plan, is underway now. It's being developed, headed up by the city's planning office. This is one of the key roles of the any city planning office, right? They bring every several years or so, usually 10 years, we bring people together from various facets of city life and people with different roles and different perspectives to come in and to help the city put together a plan for the next 10 years. And so in order for it to succeed, we really need a lot of participation. There'll be an opportunity this Saturday at the Gomes School for people to come in and talk about what they believe their vision of the city is. We want them to share with us how they think our city can tackle its problems and seize its opportunities, and to grow into something that will allow all of the city's residents to thrive, especially our children and our grandchildren. That's really what this is about. Cities that plan, think about the long term, and act in that general direction, and execute their plans are the ones that thrive. And so New Bedford's been on a really strong run in the last 10 years or so. We want to make sure we're setting ourselves up for the next 10 years and the next 10 years after that. So I encourage everybody to weigh in. And if you missed the opportunity to go to that event, don't hesitate to send in your ideas here. Just go to the city website, send an email here with your ideas, or check out the comprehensive planning exercise on the city's website so you have a sense of it. But we're going to be covering everything from economic development to policing to open spaces to transportation to housing and so many more topics. So if you've got an idea, just please weigh in with it. We want to get the best ones to come on out. The last thing I just want to say, and this is a little bit off, but it'll come up fast, is the final election for the Ward 3 race, the special election. So as you know, there's an open seat in Ward 3, and for those of you in Ward 3 and everybody, right there, you have a big stake in the outcome of this race. So you had 7 candidates for the preliminary election. They worked all really hard on getting their names out there and letting everyone know their positions, and now we're down to 2 for the final, which will take place in the first week in March, the first Tuesday in March. So I want everybody to understand when that's coming up. And even if you don't live in Ward 3, certainly if you live in Ward 3, we strongly encourage you, of course, to vote. But secondly, insofar as there are, if you're not in Ward 3, if you're somewhere else and you live out in one of the other wards of the city, there's still a lot at stake here for you as well. So encourage all your friends in Ward 3 to get out to vote. The more people we have to participate in elections, the more engaged and connected our residents will be in city government, and the more you'll get out of city government. So with all that, that's been my update for this week. We'll see you next week.